Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and as promised on a previous walk and talk, we're going to be talking about FEDOR, the super robot that has now reached the International Space Station, and nanobot-infused animals that will be customized in order to see in infrared, perhaps genetically modified to be larger. This is it. We're not just talking about chimeras anymore, and there's so much to absorb here, from robotics to automation to really moving human beings to the back of the bus and beta testing the interaction of robots with humans in space. And remember, this robot is made to look humanoid, something out of a 1960s or 70s science fiction picture. All right? And no, it is not named after Fedor Emelianenko. I thought the same thing. I couldn't find any evidence on that, although that would be a possibility. We all know Poot Poot has sat cage side and ringside for several of Fedor's fights. And, of course, I'm a big Fedor Emelianenko fan, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the robot behind me. And we're going to get into some videos of showing kind of the progression of this robot here. But they launched him into space to assist the crew on the ISS. This is you saw the pictures. There it is. I believe it's a 6-foot robot there. And the thing is, you could build these things any way you wanted, but why make them humanoid, in my opinion? In my opinion, it is literally a subliminal thing to get us used to this fact. So the Robonaut has made it. Here they are in their press conference. He's on the ISS or ISS. And I don't know if we should call Fedor a he, although I guess, F dot, I forgot what it stands for, but it is an acronym. Let's go to what it is. Where is it? It is the Final Experimental Demonstration Object Research Robot, and is also known as Skybot F-850. And it is the first robot ever sent up there by Russia. Now, when you see this thing, here it is in 2016 doing a little weight work. This is very much in the same vein of Boston Dynamics and MIT and that type of research that we've showed in the past. Okay, so let's continue here. This is him getting ready to go to the, see, that one went too far, but that was him getting ready to go to the rocket. We already watched some of that. And here he is, a couple years ago, shooting guns. Huh? And obviously, guys, with the shooting of the guns, they'll be built in eventually to these models. Again, acclimating the public for what's to come. And remember, when DARPA talks about how the battlefield is no place for humans, let me repeat that. The battlefield is no place for humans. What does that mean? Well, where are the humans? As Annie Jacobson would ask. I'd ask that same exact question. Well, I'm not sure where the humans are going to be when we're creating crime-fighting super dogs with inbuilt night vision that could one day be created. As scientists claim, an injection of nanoparticles can give animals the ability to see infrared light. Now, don't worry. They're still going to be trialing this later on dogs, okay? It hasn't happened yet, but they did this with mice, and you betcha they did it. They did it! All right? So they're talking about dogs, obviously, because they're already used in law enforcement, right? But they are infusing mice. Here you go. Let's read the Science Daily, although Popular Mechanics has a piece on it too. Mice with vision enhanced by nanotechnology were able to see infrared light as well as visible light, so they can see both. Isn't that interesting? And nanotechnology is something I've talked about for a very long time. Why? Because people like Kurzweil have been talking about it for a very long time. I've already expressed concern about genetically modified organisms, which include animals. We've talked about the GMO mosquitoes. You know, the ones that Bill Gates said, GMO mosquitoes, we can use them to fight malaria with vaccines infused. The same guy that said he wanted a hurricane machine and recently talked about blocking the sun. Oh, what, you don't believe me on all those? Well, before I get there, let's just type it. Bill Gates, let's go one at a time, blocks the sun. Huh. Oh, they have begun the experiments to block the sun, and Bill Gates is backing the plan to stop climate change by blocking the sun. Oh, that just sounds totally crazy, doesn't it? Let's Bill Gates hurricane machine. Oh, look at that. Can Bill Gates stop hurricanes? Scientists doubt it, but he's invested in it for the last 10 plus years. But come on, Jason. Vaccines for malaria in mosquitoes? How about we type in GMO mosquito? Oh, $4 million for malaria killing mosquitoes. Look at that. Huh. Well, doesn't he have his hands in everything? So, as I stated, nanoparticles that are going to change the genetic makeup, essentially, of these animals so that they can see objects that emit infrared lights and give off heat. It's just the beginning. It's just the start. After all, if it works on mice and dogs, and whatever else we create in the future, by the way, it could give you superhuman sight. I, too, could see in infrared? Wow. Now that Elon Musk wants to give me a brain chip, and Neuralink can be installed with 4 tiny holes drilled in my head, and I can interact with computers, why not take a little nanotech shot? And nanotechnology, I mean, these are self-replicating organisms built by tech. That's what these are. Do you think that one day nanotech could be controlled? Do you think nanotech is really just virus tech at this point? Biotech? No. We should totally trust our controllers, our masters, the military-industrial complex, and the media when it concerns these technologies because they've been so damn upfront before. So really, this is just the preparation. None of this is actually that new, okay? None of it's that new. You know, the robotics, getting you ready for automation. Now you have presidential candidates like Andrew Yang not only preparing you for automation, but preparing you for how they'll slowly control that burn with a little thing called a universal basic income. Less people with jobs, less opportunities. The elite will still make their money. They'll still have their control. The predator class will be fine. But the middle class will become less and less existent. And the working class itself, which is already withered, with an attitude of entitlement and the inability to take jobs that are below people with no skill sets whatsoever, as they bitch about identity politics and how they're being oppressed because they're this color or that gender. Oh, well, that's the big facade and going on, and they're easing in more and more government involvement. Remember, over 40% of this country is on some kind of government program, folks. More and more dependent on the state. Well, why not have a UBI? After all, there's going to be robots like FEDOR everywhere soon. And this isn't just the United States. This is globalism. This is the future. And it's a frightening one. Nanotechnology, transhumanism, and automation. And they're going to keep on selling that to you. Human brain interfaces, less and less actual soldiers on the battlefield to make decisions, more and more drone warfare with the press of a button or the thought of your head. Human brain interfaces now with drones. You think I'm kidding about that too, right? Soldiers, human brain interface, DARPA, drones. Oh, look at that. DARPA wants soldiers to control drones with their thoughts. But don't worry, that's not the invasive type of technology that Musk and others are trying to pursue. You see, these could be wearables, and that's what concerns me. Why aren't we doing the wearables where I can control a mouse or a computer screen or a search engine with my thoughts and then take that wearable off? No, 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 no. They want to thread these things into your brain, and they've already done it with a monkey. And the media is not following up on that, by the way, which I'm pretty surprised about. They've already got a monkey interacting with a computer through Neuralink. They've already done the animal testing on mice and monkeys. It's already there. Now they're just waiting for the next level of monkey, the human beings dumb enough to take that chip. Folks, if you don't know now, you know. I am a documentary filmmaker. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. You can check them all out free on my channel right here where I'm doing 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6, 7 videos a day on various subjects. We're going to have a big Epstein update later tonight. I've been shying away from that subject just because I think it's going to be a good hour combination of both new information and an Ask Me Anything. And I'm going to wait for the kids to go to bed. I've had a long week. We're putting out some of the archive stuff. Cindy Sheehan, Webster Tarpley, Jordan Maxwell, G. Edward Griffin, and others. Make sure you're subscribed, sharing this stuff on social media, thumbing it up, and ringing that bell for notifications. And guys, I'm doing this with your help. I don't have any other thing going on. This is it. This is my full income, and you know how many of my videos get demonetized and how the algorithm doesn't always love Jason Burmis. But we're doing what we can. We're pushing forward. We're almost at 33,000. In fact, I think we're going to hit that mark today. So thank you all, and if you can donate $5, $10, $15, I really appreciate it. With that being said, I'll see you all on the flip side.